I believe it's a draw. Both fighters, nobody needs to lose today. It's a fucking draw.
Derek Chisora has taken a strong stance on the recent clash between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr., emphasizing just how close the contest truly was. Despite having a soft spot for Benn, Chisora believes the fight should have ended in a draw, arguing that neither man deserved to lose. He applauded Benn for his relentless determination and skill, acknowledging the uphill battle he faced. According to Chisora, Benn's performance was nothing short of extraordinary given the challenges, including stepping up in weight to 160 pounds against a more experienced opponent. While
Chisora, over to you,
with the one and only, the marvellous, the beautiful Derek Chisora. What a night we witnessed. You've had these nights. What an incredible fight, Derek.
Conor, Chris delivered. You know, I say this before. I was like, whoever loses this fight is going to tarnish the dad's name. Nah. He can walk out there. Conor can walk out there head up high. You know, go home to his family safe and sound. The way he boxed and the way Chris boxed was unbelievable. You know, we were just like, oh. We enjoyed the fight. Do you understand? We enjoyed the fight.
I said it myself just on broadcast just now. Conor made the fight by keeping on coming, Chris gave everything. Chris Sr. turned up on the night. It had everything, didn't it?
Lastminute.com. We call him lastminute.com. He turned up. But all I want to say is, oh my goodness, that was beautiful, man. We enjoyed it. Listen, I was shaking. Not because it was cold here, because the fight was just beautiful. I enjoyed it, and I'm happy to see a rematch.
Great to see you, Derek. Thank you so much. We're all happy to see a rematch. Whether they can go through another one like that.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Eubank Jr. emerged victorious. Chisora felt the outcome was far from clear-cut, insisting that Benn's heart, resilience, and sheer willpower made a compelling case for a draw. The heavyweight veteran couldn't hide his excitement after the fight, praising both Eubank Jr. and Benn for delivering a thrilling, action-packed performance. Chisora went as far as calling the bout a masterpiece, saying both fighters pushed themselves to the
A really good fight. I think it was a lot closer than what it was. Commend Conor Benn immensely because he put on an amazing performance. Remember, he's a welterweight. Never really boxed at world-class level at 160 or around there. Chris has more experience on the world scene than Conor has, but Conor did himself proud. I think
absolute limit. He strongly believes a rematch is necessary, as the battle was simply too close to call definitively. Meanwhile, former cruiserweight world champion Johnny Nelson offered his own candid take, also noting that the fight was far closer than the official scorecard suggested. Nelson was particularly impressed by Benn's courage in moving up to a weight class that was not his natural home. He praised Benn's resilience and tactical discipline, highlighting that his performance exceeded many expectations. However, Nelson emphasized that Eubank Jr.'s experience.
I think the fight was a lot closer. I think Conor put in an amazing performance, absolutely heartbroken and devastated. But he needs to be proud of himself. His stock's gone up. And Chris, you know, put on a performance and saying, I'm not losing to this boy. I'm not.
Experience at the world-class level ultimately tipped the balance. He pointed to Eubank's superior conditioning and seasoned ring IQ as the deciding factors in what was a fiercely competitive showdown. According to Nelson, Eubank's drive to assert his dominance at 160 pounds was pivotal in securing the win. Despite the loss, Nelson believes Benn's stock has significantly risen. He proved he belongs among elite fighters and showed enough grit and ability to earn future opportunities. Though the defeat stung, Nelson sees it as a stepping stone toward bigger fights and a bright future. The bout, in his view, elevated expectations for Benn moving forward.
Over the moon, absolutely over the moon. To see Chris get his hand raised, and it's been a difficult camp, it's been a difficult time. I think everyone's seen the pictures, everyone's seen the stories, everyone's seen what he's had to go through. Fair play to Conor Benn because he was phenomenal as well tonight.
And perhaps laid the groundwork for an even more intense rematch. Conor Benn has solidified his place in the sport, and promoter Ben Shalom is already looking ahead to the next chapter of his journey. Despite Chris Eubank Jr. securing the victory, Shalom couldn't hide his excitement after the fight, expressing how proud he was to see his fighter overcome the many obstacles faced during camp. The lead-up to the bout had been filled with challenges, yet both fighters rose to the occasion. Shalom made sure to commend Benn for his outstanding performance, highlighting how he had pushed Eubank to his absolute limits. He praised both men for leaving everything in the ring.
I was expecting a split. I thought it could be a draw, and when I heard unanimous, I thought, I thought, I bet we're not going to get it now. And when I heard 116, 112, I got to be honest with you, I was really disappointed because I don't believe it was an 8-4 fight.
Believing their effort reflected immense heart, determination, and technical skill. Shalom's sentiments echoed those of fellow promoter Eddie Hearn, who also recognized the fight as one of the most thrilling and intense contests in recent boxing history. However, Hearn expressed disappointment with the final result. Expecting a split decision or possibly even a draw, he was shocked to hear a unanimous decision in favor of Eubank, especially with scorecards reading 116 to 112. Hearn criticized the judges, claiming the scores didn't reflect the fight.
Before he won, Eubank won, whatever. But I want to talk about the performance, the heart, the mentality, and the never say die spirit from Conor Benn tonight, because I can't believe what I witnessed. There's going to the well and there's going to the well and just never ever giving in, but never stop trying to win the fight. Not trying to survive, trying to win the fight.
Its competitive nature. In Hearn's view, Benn's performance deserved far more recognition. He felt Benn had pushed Eubank to the edge, showing tremendous resilience, courage, and skill. The official decision, he argued, failed to acknowledge just how close the battle truly was. Nevertheless, Hearn passionately praised Benn's heart, mentality, and unyielding spirit, believing the performance, despite the loss, elevated Benn's profile and set the stage for even bigger opportunities in the future. Despite mixed opinions surrounding the outcome of the fight, Eddie Hearn chose to focus on what truly stood out. Conor
Benn was never going to beat him. The fight wasn't close for me. I made Eubank win by at least 3 rounds, maybe 4. And, they're not crying about it, neither of them, mind you, because, I think Eubank was on 10 million guaranteed, Conor Benn's on 7 million guaranteed. That's ridiculous money. And I'm not going to say it was a ridiculous fight. It wasn't a ridiculous fight. It was an entertaining fight.
Benn's unshakable determination. In Hearn's eyes, Benn wasn't just trying to survive against Eubank Jr., he was fighting to win. His relentless forward pressure and refusal to back down, even in the face of adversity, were nothing short of extraordinary. Hearn was deeply moved by the heart Benn displayed, noting how he constantly dug deep, always seeking opportunities to shift the momentum in his favor. For Hearn, Benn's performance was a true testament to his warrior spirit and left a lasting impact regardless of the result. Meanwhile, former world champion Duke McKenzie offered a far more definitive view on the outcome. For him, Eubank's dominant victory was never in question. He believed Benn would
call it classic. I think the right man won, but it was a great fight from both parts. Many had a draw, but that was a unanimous news. Yeah, I think the right man won. But it was a great fight. Both had great heart, and it was the fans loved it.
Was simply outclassed and not on the same level, scoring the fight clearly in Eubank's favor by at least 3 or 4 rounds. Still, McKenzie noted the professionalism of both fighters in accepting the result without public dispute, likely influenced by the massive financial stakes. Eubank reportedly earned £10 million, while Benn walked away with £7 million. Yet, McKenzie made it clear that this wasn't just about the money. He stressed the importance of respect earned in the ring, asserting that the bout was far from a circus act. Instead, he described it as a genuinely entertaining, hard-fought contest. In his view, Eubank emerged as the true and deserving winner without a trace of controversy. Boxing sensation Ben Whittaker also weighed in, labeling the clash an epic and a true classic, while acknowledging that many fans had hoped.
What a great match that would be, that they have a similar physicality, and it was just so exciting to see 2 guys. And as for Conor Benn, he had to give away 18 pounds maybe. He never took a step backwards, and almost 70,000 fans, British fans, are still the best, no doubt about it. Great night of boxing.
For a draw, he was adamant that the right man had his hand raised in the end, solidifying Eubank Jr.'s status on the big stage. In Ben Whittaker's eyes, the unanimous decision in favor of Chris Eubank Jr. was fully justified. He believed Eubank did just enough to earn the win, but what truly captured his attention wasn't merely the result. It was the heart, grit, and sheer determination both fighters poured into the ring. This was no ordinary bout. Whittaker described the showdown as unforgettable, a battle where both men gave everything they had, leaving fans in absolute awe. The energy inside the arena was electric, and the unrelenting drive from both Eubank and Benn showcased the very essence of what makes boxing special. For Whittaker, this fight epitomized why boxing remains at the pinnacle of sports, offering raw emotion, high drama, and a warrior spirit from start to finish. Legendary announcer Michael Buffer shared the same sentiment, visibly electrified after witnessing what he called one of the most thrilling matchups he's seen in recent years. Buffer marveled at the clash of contrasting styles which created the perfect storm inside the ring. However, what truly left him speechless was Conor Benn's relentless and fearless attitude. Despite giving away nearly 18 pounds to Eubank, Benn never once backed down, charging forward like a man possessed and fighting with the spirit of a true warrior. Buffer also took a moment to praise the British fans, calling them the best in the world. Nearly 70,000 fans packed the arena, generating an atmosphere that shook the building and intensified every moment. The passion, drama, and courage displayed that night screamed, "Classic." According to Buffer, it's moments like these that affirm boxing's status as one of the world's most revered and emotionally charged sports. After such an epic clash, fans are sure to be left begging for more.